What's up YouTube? It's Todd Horst here with TastyTracker. Today I'm going to show you how to do the first half of the wheel cover calls on TastyTracker. And to do that, we start off by going to the Portfolio Stock Positions tab, and we can see here we can enter in stocks. So the first section here is this drop down which has which account. I have the wheel account selected, so I've created a new Robinhood account. And I like to keep my account separate by the style position in that account just to make it easier on myself. So in this first column then we're going to have open positions, the second column is going to have closed positions, and the total P&L that we had for that. And then the overall history has all of the stock trades for all the stocks I do. So I'm going to click add here and I'll open up a position in Apple. Let's say we bought 50 shares at a cost of $100. Since it's Robinhood, there's no commission, so I'm just going to hit save. Once I do that, we can see the P&L is 0, which makes sense because I haven't sold any shares, I only bought some. The total shares I have right now is 50 at a cost basis of $100, which means I have $5,000 invested. This middle section we'll get into in a second once we start selling the covered calls, and down here we'll have all of the history for this position. So a couple days go by and I decide I want to buy another 50 shares because ultimately I want to get to a point where I can wheel. So I can either come in here and I can type Apple and it will automatically go out and get the current position that I have, or I can simply click on this. And let's say I bought 50 shares. This time I was able to get them a bit cheaper, so it was $98. So I hit save here. Now we can see the total number of shares is 100. The average cost basis for all 100 shares is 99, which means I have 9,900 invested. So the next part is going to be selling the covered call, and I could do that by going to portfolio option positions and sell a naked call over there, but it's a little bit easier if I just click on this arrow and hit cover. It's going to ask me if I already set that position up or not. If, like I said a second ago, if you did that, you can just click yes and you'll be able to link it to the existing position, but I'm going to walk through it here. It detects that I have 100 shares, so I can sell one contract. If you don't have 100 shares, it's going to say 0 here, and it's going to try to best guess how many contracts you want to sell. Most people are just going to accept the default there because one contract controls 100 shares. However, you might choose to sell multiple, at which point you're going to have to put in some additional collateral. For this example, I'm just going to keep it the default. The strike that it shows here is just the cost basis plus a markup, but that's just a guideline. Totally should not treat that as a recommendation. It's just a little bit easier to highlight that field and then hit up and down on your keyboard or using these up and down arrows. Let's say I want to sell the 115 call and I collected a premium of $80. It's for next expiration, so I'm going to select October 16th. Let me stop my timer here. Okay, and I could choose, again, commissions, notes, publish if you want to, but I'm going to leave all that blank and just hit save here. It says it's done, and so now I can go over to the positions for options, and I can go ahead and see that it did create that 115 for $80. And let's go to stock positions one more time. I'm going to click on this, and now we can see I collected $80. The effective cost basis then is $98.20 per share. So how I figured that out, obviously, is I take the cost basis of $99 minus the 80 cents collected, and that gets me to $98.20. Realized is 0 because I didn't actually close that, and that's the same reason why this is called effective basis. If I were to close out this covered call at 100%, so for $0, I either let it expire or say I bought it back for $1 or something like that, then these two would match at that point and the actual would be adjusted accordingly, which I'll show you here in a second. But for now it's just effective because this is what it would be at time of closing. But I haven't actually realized anything, so that's still 0, and the actual cost basis then is still matching the regular basis. Okay, so a couple days go by, and I'm able to close out that call single here that I sold for $80. I'm able to close that at a 50% profit, so I'm going to go ahead and hit 0.4 and hit save. Now if I come over to the stock positions, I can see now that the options position is closed, it's gone ahead and actually adjusted this to 98.6. Even though originally we had collected 80, since I only closed out, I bought it back for 40 bucks. I only realized $40, so the effective is now reflective of the realized. Yeah, so that's about it. Then I can choose to sell these shares at this point because I don't have any options against them. So let's say I sell all 100 shares and I sell it for $99, which was my original basis for the shares. Now if I hit save here, the P&L is 0, and you would say, well, why is that? Well, the original basis for these two stocks, just stocks speaking, not with the options, was $99, and I closed them out for $99. So I actually made $0 on the sale of the stock. But if I go into my options P&L, that is where I'll see the $40 collected. So it does treat these as somewhat separate, and maybe if you guys think it should show that here, I can definitely do that. But I personally like to have the separation there because I didn't actually make any money on the buy and sell of the stock. I made money on selling the covered call. But anyway, so here we can see the 50 I bought, 50 more I bought, and then the 100 I sold. And that covers it for the first half of the wheel, selling covered calls on TastyTracker. Thanks.